For many things in life, there are a few different methods to get the same end product. The dragon chainmail weave is no exception. I'll show you how I was taught to weave this slinky chain.
To start with the dragon scale, I was always taught to close the smaller rings first and open up all of your large rings. These are opened up to the right hand, since I am right-handed. And then we're going to start with 2 unattached rows. So 2 large rings and a small ring. Then we have 3 large rings and 2 attached by 2 small rings. We're going to stack them on top of each other. The next step would be to start on your 3rd row. And we're going to alternate between the purple and teal colored rings to make it a little bit easier to see. So I am going to run a bronze ring through the purple, and this is going through the middle of the large ring. And I'm dropping 2 closed purple rings onto that one and close it up. Starting this weave is always a little difficult, but once you get the pattern established, it comes together pretty smoothly. Then I just split the 2 purple rings, one to either side of that added ring. So I'm going to take another open jump ring. I'm going to weave it through the middle of these 2 center purple rings. So this is the one we just attached. And from there, I'm adding the 3rd and final purple ring and close it back up. And slide the purple ring over to the side. So now, since we're alternating colors, we're going to weave the large rings through the teal colored rings. Starting on one side, weaving the first one through, dropping a second teal colored ring on top, and closing up that large ring. You want to make sure that the new ring goes to the bottom. If you leave it on the top, you're not going to be able to weave the next row through there. The second ring in this row is going to go through the single teal ring here and the double teal rings on this side. Turn this a little. And we drop another closed teal ring on there. Close it back up. And it's up to you if you want to work with it on the board like this. Usually after a few rows are established, it's easier just to hold it and add your rows. Now we have 2 of the large jump rings in this 4th row, so we need to add a 3rd ring. So we're going to weave it through the 2 teals and close it up. The next row, we're going to be adding it into the purple, and as you can see, my purple ring that's supposed to be over here slid. So you just want to grab that, make a little adjustment, slide it into place. So now you can see our 3 purple rings. So going through the 2 purple, adding 2 more, close the large jump ring, slide one of the purple rings to the center. So we're weaving the large ring through the 2 purple rings, the 1 outside ring, adding another, and closing it up. And you just want to make sure the smaller rings stay where they're supposed to. They tend to slide around a little bit, so you might want to check your rows before adding your large jump rings to make sure the placement's correct. And you keep adding large rings and rows until you get to your length, add the clasp, and you're done.
As you can see, this dragon scale bracelet looks very dense, but it's fairly flexible. And as long as you maintain your aspect ratio, you can change ring sizes and your results will be just as flexible. If your aspect ratio is off, your weave could be too tight. And although you would still get the same look, your weave will lose a lot of that fluidity.